second award that I'd like to give out today is for human capital and talent. I started off this award ceremony by talking about Southwest Airlines. The other fact about them, in addition to the renovation, is their focus on human capital and talent. However, I have to say, I work with manufacturers and distributors throughout Southern California, and I have a focus in the Inland Empire. And if there's one thing that my most successful clients have in common, it's human capital and talent. There's no doubt about it. So with that said, I would like to award this year's Human Capital and Talent Award to Phenix Technologies. Sanchez.
Wow, what a complete honor. This has got to be the best recognition you can get as a company, because it's on the most important part of our company, our people. And so I'm absolutely honored to have this today, and I'm very, very excited. So we are Phenix Technology. We are a manufacturer of American-made rescue helmets for firefighters and first responders worldwide. We're a lean manufacturer, and really we make the best helmets. I'm very glad to be here in Riverside, where great firefighters that we have here wear our helmets, and really we own California, and I love that about that. So we have about 40 distributors, 40 suppliers that we work with, and they're also here in the Inland Empire, so I'm very proud of that. So let me tell you a little bit about lean and what lean really means to us. It really has two fundamental principles, and that is a respect for people and continuous improvement. If you look at respect for people, I'm going to actually, before we even get into this, I want to talk about what that truly means to me and to our organization. It means love. Maybe not the cheesy love that we're looking at today on Valentine's Day with flowers and candy and things like that, but it's genuine caring and concern for your people and your organization, almost to that same level. So how do we do it? We start by developing our leaders to become servant leaders. I have the distinct honor of getting to serve an incredible group of people at Phenix. They don't work for me, I work for them. And we strive to have all of our leaders in that same capacity. We empower our people to make a difference. We had over 2,500 improvements in our organization last year, and maybe collectively as managers we had 100. Our people are making the difference. We also make a significant investment in the personal development of our people. A lot of what I've heard talked about today. It starts with how we hire. We want people that are humble, that are hungry, that are confident, and that are courageous. You can't come work for us if you don't have those attributes. And we really work very hard to fully understand how we're doing as an organization. We do things like pulse surveys that come out weekly. We want to keep our finger on the pulse of how we are doing as organizations for our people. And we also have very strong data management. Our quality team and our data analysts do a great job of seeing not only how we're doing on a financial or on a business metrics perspective, but how we're doing for everyone that works there. And then the most important thing is you got to start by developing a culture. You have to have the right culture, and we work every single day to make sure that that's what we're doing. So I mentioned personal development. What does that mean? I'm honored that San Bernardino Community College District actually encouraged us to apply for this award. They came on a tour, and we have a great relationship with them, along with all of the other partners throughout the Inland Empire in Riverside, San Bernardino. Last year, we committed over 4,000 hours of personal development for our people. And that includes, I put 440 hours, and I was corrected. It's over 500 hours in 2018 of external training that we sent people to. That averages over 200 hours per person in our small little organization. We also made significant investments in technology. It used to be if you worked in production, you heard about it. Now every single person has a tablet or a computer that they can access our LMS system that we incorporated. They can get to classes, they can communicate, they can learn on a daily basis. Of course, those of you that practice lean know it's all about continuous improvement as well. And we began every single day, the first 30 minutes of every day, 5 days a week, improving what we do. We ask our people to make your life easier, to fix what bugs you. And then we have daily meetings. And I know how it's thought, meetings are horrible, not for us. We meet every single day, 5 days a week, and we haven't missed a single one since January 3rd, 2017. You really can't say we don't communicate at Phenix. And they're incredibly valuable. It's probably the most valuable thing we do. We have an expectation that everyone contributes to improvement every single day. It's not a few people that do a good job improving, it's everyone. And there's a deep-seated understanding that to thrive in our environment, you have to be part of leading the organization and our overall development. It doesn't work to come to our facility, to clock in, to do the job you think you need to do and go home. You have to be a leader. And there's a clear expectation that everyone is equally important in the boat. So we oftentimes hear about the bus and how you have the right people on the bus. We don't have a bus, we have a rowboat. We have a rowing team. And every single person in every single seat has the same level of importance to our team. One person doesn't do their job, we don't win the race. So the results, I won't get into all the financials, I won't talk about all those key metrics that most people will. They're there. I will say we had a 1,653% increase in profits last year. That's a pretty good one for a 46-year-old company. And we did have a little bit of an honor. We had an award that we received in May of last year. It was the Presidential E Award, which is the next picture will show. An award was received that was given to us by the Secretary of Commerce, issued by the Office of the President for export. Quite an honor. I still think this might be my favorite. But this isn't what really matters to me. It's not the key metrics of this, it's the next slide. It's how are we doing for our people? Where do we rank in happiness? It's all that matters. Because if we can drive up these attributes, if we can drive up these metrics, everything else falls into place. So as an organization, we're just shy of the top 5% of all industries that do pulse surveys and use the same type of software, the thousands of them in the world, in happiness. In things like personal growth, we're just under that 10% mark. We're in the 89th percentile. And we have opportunities, things like satisfaction. Are they satisfied with their work? 70% of them are, but we have some room for improvement. These are the metrics that we look at on a daily basis, because these are the ones that really matter. Once you get this figured out, and you realize how important human capital is, and how important loving everyone in your organization is, everything falls into place. So I'm going to leave you with this little quote. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot how we pay it forward. So we've been so blessed over the last few years that we started paying it forward. So we schedule tours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We invite anyone to come. They're early in the morning. You got to be there at 7:30 with us. And you get a kind of a brief day in the life of Phenix. And we have companies from all over the world. We've had Japan, Germany, Ireland, the UK, Canada, and then of course the region come and visit our facility. We do internships, so those of you that have interns, we're looking. We have plenty of positions for this summer. We lead a number of different business development groups, including the Lean Business Development Group, and we worked on a small business advisory group that I've worked with some of you on. And I'm very, very excited that in this very building in September, we will be hosting the Global Lean Leadership Summit, which will be bringing lean leaders from across the world. Over 20 countries will be represented. I think we have about 16 who have already registered for the summer. So we're very, very honored to be able to do that. And so, as I said, I'm going to close with this quote. You cannot have faith in people unless you take action to improve and develop them. So, get out there and love your people.